Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mac the Duelist coming at you again from the TCG Enterprise, where we talk about all your favorite card games. And guys, guess what? I finally, after so long, got the updating on my Exosister deck profile, you guys. So my Exosister deck is now top notch. It turns out that actually the market has actually been pretty kind in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh, at least for the most part, as far as support cards go and whatever else not. So let's go ahead and get on with it, you guys. And starting off, of course, we're going to be going with 3 of our Exosister Martha. If you control no monsters, if you have the Exosisters out, you could go ahead and call out for this one here, and it lets you to go ahead out for your Exosister Elise. It lets you go ahead and cycle around with the deck. It revolves around a lot of special summons, as you guys could tell from the last video that we did. And it also has a heavy amount of XYZ summoning. So next we got 3 of the Exosister Elise. Got to go a full set on both of those. And then a little bit of a change up. I'm going with 2 Stella this time, not 3. 3 is a little bit too cloggy. I figure go ahead and knock it down at least by 1 and go ahead and have your Stella. Stella gets you another Exosister monsters. You get special summon this. Then allows you to go ahead and get your extra deck special summon, which is great. Honestly, you can't go wrong with that. And then I'm going to be going with 2 Sophia and 1 Irene. So this is the standard lineup as to what most people run. You could technically run a 3rd Stella if you want to, or a 3rd Sophia, but that's not really recommended, especially the way the ratios go in for the deck. So this is the more standard built as to what people run. And this is still, honestly, all the great. You pay off your life points, and you gain the life points, and you lose the life points, and all this other fun stuff. Now, this is actually a brand new updating into the deck, you guys. And so we're going to actually be going with these new cards. I know they show off into a lot of other videos, but I haven't had these yet. And this is called Sakidama. And it's a fairy. It's a level 4. Cannot be special summoned once per turn during the end phase. If this card is normal summon flipped, face up this turn, return this card to the hand. You only use the effects of Sakidama once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand immediately after this effect resolves. You can normal summon a spirit monster from your hand. If this card is distributed, target 1 in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So they start cycling themselves around, which is also a reason why you are also going to be running 2 Aritama. This is pretty much the same thing. The exception towards this is that you can turn this to the hand. It's normal summon or flip summon. You can add that to your hand, except for that. So these bounce off from each other. They search out from each other. One brings out from the grave. This one searches out. So then we're going to be going with 3 Ash Blossom, Joy Spring. It's standard. I don't understand if anybody would not want to run this card. It is honestly one of the best hand traps into the game. It literally is the hand trap of the game. Second to none would end up being Draw and Lock Bird, but you know, we don't have Draw and Lock Bird in this deck, but that's okay. In any case, Ash Blossom, come on, full set, let's go. Then we're going to be going with 3 Dimension Shifter. Super annoying, and this might end up hitting out onto a ban list, maybe. So people are wanting it to be, at least as far as wish lists go, but there's so many other things that are out there right now. There's other cards that we have that are alternative to hand trap killers anyways, so I don't really see as to why this would end up, you know, pretty much getting hit on a ban list, but whatever. Anyways, full set. And that's pretty much it for the monsters, you guys. Now, let's get on with the spells. So the spells is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Of course, we're going to be going with 3 Exosister packs. It's your main phase. Add search for your Exosisters and put it to the hand, except for packs. Lets you get any card, mind you, of an Exosister. And you can special summon the monsters with the effects. You only use it once per turn, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. 3 of the Cosmic Cyclone. It's Cosmic Cyclone. Pop a card. It's all good. We need spot removal. Why not? And honestly, this is one of the biggest things. Back in the old days when MST was a thing, The people were always running MSTs because they needed it out for spot removal. This is basically the next level up to that. Also with Twin Twisters, but we don't run that in this deck anymore. But anyways, you pay 1,000 life points to target spell or trap onto the field and banish it. Gotta have a lot of things to remove from play, especially with the way that the game is running and the mechanics right now. Then we're going to be going with 2 Pot of Prosperity. This is actually really low in price right now, actually. So I ended up getting my third copy, actually. It's in another deck. But in any case, this lets you get your draw power into the deck. This thing is $7 now. So go ahead and stock up on your supplies. 1 Call by the Grave. I'm not sure if this will end up hitting into 3. It's kind of controversial, especially, like I said, we have very spot removal hand traps, but it would help in the sense to kind of one-side the game, but then it also hits you at the same time when your opponent has the 3rd copy, so you guys could be the judge on towards that. I'm going to have a ban list prediction video coming up fairly soon. We should see a ban list coming up hopefully in the next couple of months, or maybe even tomorrow, who knows. Anyways, so that's it for the spells, you guys. And then as far as the traps goes, pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be going with 2 Exosister Returnia. If all monsters you have are Exosister monsters, then you can target 1 card your opponent controls or to the graveyard to banish it. And then you can immediately after that, you can XYZ 1 XYZ monster over the Exosister with the monsters you control. And if you XYZ this turn, banish 1 card in your that your opponent controls. So, very good card. Another good card is Vladis, Exosister Vladis, which I'm surprised that people are not running more of this card. I don't know why some lists are not running this card at all, which is kind of interesting. It's actually still pretty good. Let's you go ahead and choose out for an Exosister monster when you pay 800, and then take 1 other Exosister monster that's mentioned onto the deck monster and special summon both. Then shuffle the deck after the turn resolves. This card resolves its effects. You cannot special summon monsters except for Exosister monsters. So, but that's fine. It gives you easy access to go ahead and exceed summon. The faster you could do that, the faster anything else is possible for this deck. So, might as well. Another good card, and honestly, I've been waiting forever to get this card because it was all the way up like $60 at the time. And then it shot down to like 40, but it was still pretty expensive. Then it shot down to 20. It doesn't matter. This thing is like $7 right now. Like $5, $6, $7. Stock up. Stock up. Ever since this thing got a reprint, the price value of this thing had just gone down. Oh, by the way, Prosperity, the same thing. When with the Pop Collection that came out, everybody started focusing on towards that. Phew, price went down even further on Pot of Prosperity. That's why all these cards, all the structured cards and the main staple cards are all like $7 each. Anyways, evenly matched. The rest of this turn, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you make a banish cards from their field face down, equal so that they control the same number of cards. You control no cards, then you can activate the cards from this card from your hand. So, pretty self-explanatory. Anyways, and then finally, we're going to be running 3 Impermanence. It's Impermanence, still a great card. Most are not even running it. I don't know why. It's a great card. Definitely take that into consideration with running full set. Then as our extra deck goes, like I said, it's pretty much close to what we had before. If not, I think it is the same we had before. But anyways, 1 Elder Entity in the Tis, and then Gibran, Exosister, and then we have Capsitel. We have 2 of those. Aristophel, Astrophil, whatever. We got 2 sets of those, or 2 cards of those. We have 3 the Michaelis, which is awesome main stapled card. And then we have 2 Magnifica, which is great because stack. Just do a whole bunch of extra stuff with this thing. Gets an additional attack, which is awesome. And then, of course, we're going to be going with Abyss Dweller. And, of course, Zeus. I'm missing 2 cards out of this thing, so you could just throw in, honestly, whatever. But either way, still really good. Now on to the side deck. Yes, you can run a side deck into this thing. It's actually encouraged. Exosisters are definitely hitting onto the rise right now. And so we're going to be going with 3 Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion. Can't go wrong with it. It's great. And then 2 Triple Tactic Talent. It's great, honestly. Forbidden Droplet. I'm telling you right now, this thing, like I said, main staple cards were definitely on the high brink rise a couple of years back, and then they dropped in value once reprints started coming in, and pretty much the lackluster of interesting and just everything else going involved with that started having Konami be like, okay, we got to go ahead and get a little bit more reprints going so we could start getting some value into here. A lot of these cards are getting a little bit disregarded and just dropping down in price like regular staples cards. This thing is like $9 now. It's barely anything, which is great. So 2 of those, and Dark Ruler no more, Harpy's Feather Duster, Solemn Judgments, and Anti-Spell. Whoop! Anti-Spell. So that's pretty much it for the deck, you guys, and hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget, you guys, to show your guys' support. There's more deck profiles that are coming, you guys. A lot of Digimon. And I'm going to eventually have Magic up and running. It's fairly close with the way that my decks are running right now. I'll have some more Magic deck profiles coming up. And at the same time, you guys, there's the ban list video that's going to be coming up next couple. And also duel videos. I'll have Master Duel up and running. And hopefully I can get some in-person duels. And Digimon, if I hadn't said it already, I got a My Oldest Mon update that's going to be coming up in the next few days. And then also Tyrannomon. And actually a new deck that hasn't been introduced yet. So I'll go ahead and get those up and running. And I will see you guys all in the next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, and hit the post notification bell. I'll catch y'all later. Happy gaming.